Hey there, welcome back to Bloodborne. Last time we explored Old Yarnum, found a chalice that we're not going to do anything with, and now it's time to proceed.
Stay away from me. I know all your
Yeah. I know all your tricks. The hunter is a terrible person for rescuing me, yada yada yada. Thanks! So this door that we've just gone through was inexplicably locked until now. I don't know why. It just is locked until you defeat the blood-starved beast. I don't know. You don't get an explanation. Feel free to speculate. Feel free also to speculate on why I am so bad at the platforming in these games. Although actually, I guess you don't have to speculate because, I mean, the answer, of course, is I'm bad at it. Coming up here, we are going to pick up a very important item. A unique item. Ones that you can't get multiples of in the same playthrough. Found stashed around the game world, hidden pretty remote places like this platforming segment. Forget about that thing I just picked up. It's not that. The important thing I am speaking of course, is hats for your messengers. Okay, maybe the hat wasn't the important thing. No, what we picked up there was a rune. Runes allow you to change the attributes of your character in various fun and interesting ways, like increasing your stamina regeneration, increasing the maximum number of bullets or vials you can carry, giving you bullets every time you do a visceral attack, that kind of thing. We're about to We're about to unlock the ability to assign runes to our character, which can be, obviously, placed or removed just like gems. So, we're going to start finding them. Because, I mean, what's the point of having the ability to assign runes if you don't have any runes? Gonna get really tired of saying the word runes, also. It's one of those words that stops sounding like a word if you say it enough. So we're now in the upper half of Cathedral Ward. See, it's separated into two parts. The part that leads down to Old Yarnum and the upper Cathedral Ward type area. It's the same area, but there's just different stuff here, like the Healing Church Workshop. And lots of angry men ready to beat us up. Joke's on them, though. I've got a saw cleaver. Although it might not for much longer. Like I said in the last episode, I'm going to try to vary up my weapons just enough to show off a good amount of what Bloodborne has to offer. But I have to be careful, because there aren't all that many bloodstones to go around. Bloodborne is very stingy with its upgrade materials. So, I'm going to be very careful what I spend my bloodstones on. So the Healing Church Workshop, as Gehrman mentioned in the last episode, is where the church hunters would make weapons for use in the hunts. But it doesn't really seem like the church workshop is the best place for making weapons because, like, there's coffins everywhere and there aren't really any tools and there's enemies around every corner. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like a very good place for making new weapons for use. But then again, maybe they've changed the place's appearance of late. You know, I mean, with the whole beast blood sickness going around. Oh, geez. Wow, that did a lot of damage. What with the whole beast blood sickness going around, they might not have, they might not have the room to spare for coffins and such. Big tree. One good thing about the Healing Church Workshop is that it allows us to get a pretty good look at the city Obviously, most of Central Yarnum is blocked by the building line, but still, like, you can get up pretty high if you go all the way up to the top. The sky and the cosmos are one. I didn't know Carl Sagan was a character in Bloodborne. I guess he got reincarnated. I really like the death screams of the wheelchair guys because, like, whoever voice acted the wheelchair guys, they put their heart and soul into these death screams. Blah! Like, man, that's good. That's good voice acting. Oh boy! We've got ourselves another badge. And a dead end. Well, great. I guess we're going to be coming back here later then. We've got another badge, which means that there are more weapons, equipment, etc. available to us in the Hunter's Dream. So next time I go back there, I'm going to have to check that out. In the meantime, let's admire this gorgeous view. You can see all the way to Old Yarnum from here. Boy, oh boy. I like that you can see other little, like, hamlets that you never go to. Stuff that's just part of the background scenery. Like, look at all those pointy buildings. There's so many pointy buildings. Huh. Interesting. Pretty clock tower, too. Although that doesn't look like a clock. It looks more like a astrological sign layout thing. You know the ones. The ones you see on horoscopes where they tell you, like, hey, you're gonna be really lucky today because you're a good person and that's what good people are, is lucky. Or like the whatever most generic thing ever. Wonder if they've got horoscopes in Yarnum. Your horoscope for today. You're going to die and turn into a beast, and your family will also die. Again, just like normal horoscopes, it applies to everybody. I mean, except us. Because, I mean, we can't die. We're a hunter. Because, hey, why not? Oh, but you know who can die, though? This little motherfucker. Come here. Come on. Oh. Yeah! Gonna start picking up twin shards now. This is approximately where the game expects you to start. You know, getting up to +6 with your weapons. Ish. And hey, remember how I was talking about how I'm bad at platforming? Well, welcome to Platforming Town Yarnum, SA. The Yarnum states of... Oh, man. Kind of looks like there's a door down there, though. So instead of doing platforming, I'm just gonna skip all that. Who needs platforming? Of course, if you mess up that fall, you will die, so... Pretty risky, even so, but hey, it's easier this way. Here's a question for you. How deep do you think Bloodborne goes? Well, good news. Whatever your answer was, it goes one layer deeper than that, because welcome to the abandoned old workshop. Kinda like the Hunter's Dream, except in the real world. I don't think it's too complicated, you know. Obviously, the Hunter's Dream is not a place located in our reality anywhere, what with being suspended over a misty fog, you know, no entrances or exits, except for teleportation. Probably not a place in our world. But it had to have come from somewhere, right? And here we are. Lots of goodies to pick up in here. Like a hairpin, because why not? Ew. And hey, look. It's our friend the doll. Nothing to see here. Alright then. It's eerie in a way, isn't it? It's very eerie. Like the silence, except for the low hum of the wind, is it's very strange, because every time we've been in this area in the Hunter's Dream, there's been like the calming, pleasant music, and without that, it's got like a whole different atmosphere. I picked up the doll's clothes, but I'm not going to be wearing them because they have very, very bad defense. They look cool though. I also probably will be selling the doll's clothes because they sell for a lot of souls this early in the game, and people are gonna get mad at me about it. I also picked up the old Hunter's Bone, which is the first of many Hunter's tools we will be picking up in this playthrough. Hunter's tools are magic, basically. You level up your arcane, assign them to a quick slot on your inventory, and then they do stuff when you use them, in exchange for a bullet or 2 or 5. The old Hunter's Bone is a bone belonging to an apprentice of Gehrman's from a long, long time ago, who apparently he taught the art of quick-stepping, I think it's called. No relation to Dead Rising. Whoops! Which allows you to dash a lot farther, and you also turn invisible because that's cool. I almost feel bad about this, because I don't really give this enemy its time to shine. This is a unique beast enemy. Well, it's not unique. It's a Chalice dungeon boss, but this is the only time it appears in the main game. And I killed it with backstabs, so whoops. You'll probably see it at some point. I might do footage of the Chalice dungeons, I don't know. I have not yet decided as of this recording what I'm going to do with those, because for reasons I've already spoken about, I don't want to show them off, but I'm obligated to, because there's plot stuff.
A night of curses. A night to remember. Wouldn't you say, friend?
I definitely won't forget this night anytime soon, I guess. I mean, if that counts. Gonna show off the flame sprayer, very briefly, because I don't have very high arcane, and it's not upgraded at all, so the damage it does is gonna be kinda sucky. But I will show off what it does. Basically, you tap the button or hold the button to do a flamethrower, and that's cool. This thing can like immolate enemies if you've got high arcane. Like, man, this, like, you don't even need a gun if you have that thing, because it's really good. Hello. Oh! Wow! That was... shit. Oh boy, my head hurts. Well, seems we have been put in baby jail. Welcome to the first of Bloodborne's many, many secret areas, Yahar'gul, the Unseen Village. It's exactly as ominous as it sounds, because it seems we have been put in a sack by a kidnapper, and, kidnapped. So I guess we're gonna pal around here for a while instead of Cathedral Ward, because, I don't know, why not? That sounds fun. Huh. Do you hear music? Huh. Well, let's uncover some secrets then, why don't we?
Oh, merciful God, help me. In the name of the healing church, cleanse us of this horrible dream.
I would say that it's more like a nightmare than a dream, but hey, whatever you want to call it, I guess. I guess being traumatized really blurs the line between dreams and reality. Or being kidnapped, as it were. Hello there!
Ah, by your garb, the healing church. You've come to save me. Oh, thank you, dear saint. I have no words to express my relief. You can take this, at least.
Interesting. It seems Gascoigne's
You're
clothes.
a standing member of the church like you. Oh, thank you so much, dear gods.
Gascoigne's clothes have fooled her into thinking we're part of the church.
I was seized on the street by a hulking brute in the cathedral ward and locked up here. There were many others, but they've been taken away. And I've heard moans echoing in the distance ever since.
Well, on the bright side, they're probably dead.
The hunt is on tonight. Then the streets are perilous, and every door will be shut tight. Perhaps it isn't my place to ask, but do you know somewhere that might take me in?
As a matter of fact, I do.
Oh, thank you so much. I'll set out as soon as I can. I pray for success on your hunt, kind hunter.
Yeah, good luck with that. See you at the chapel. I guess she's just gonna sneak out. Or maybe she knows how to teleport with lamps. I don't know. So that's Adela, the nun. We're gonna be talking to her quite a bit later. In the meantime, boy, that music really is spooky. In the meantime, we're going to be exploring the streets of Yahar'gul. Considering this place is unseen, we might as well, take our opportunity to see the sights. The unseen sights. I love Yahar'gul. I like the atmosphere of Yahar'gul more than anything, because this place is spooky. Man, this place is creepy. It's one of the few areas in a Souls game in general that has ambient music outside of the hub areas. Bloodborne has a couple of those, actually, and this is the first one you can access. It's very, very interesting. I got a bad feeling about that area. Why don't we go there a little bit later? You! I have a bone to pick with you, sir. So the kidnappers are extremely, extremely tough opponents, and I don't know why. I have no idea why they're so tough. These dudes hit harder than most bosses do at this stage in the game. And they can power up. Thankfully, we're not going to let this guy power up. We're going to kill him first, because they get even more dangerous once you let them power up. But they gain more attack power, move faster, and just become generally more annoying. What in the hell is that? I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't know what that means, but okay. I'll take your word for it. Random note someone left on the ground. Maybe the person in that chair. They had a pretty cool hat on. And as we've learned in the Souls games, you can always trust people with cool hats. Oh my god! Again, these guys are not to be trifled with. They also are very hard to parry because they have quite a long windup on their attacks. But parrying is generally the easiest way to kill them because they have a lot of health. But once you get them in like a backstab loop, you've pretty much got them. Which is good because, boy, they are the worst to fight, quote-unquote, fairly. Oh, I see you over there. You can't fool anyone, you weird, creepy thing. So the way you get here, there's a couple ways to get to Yahar'gul. I mean, there's only one method, but there's a couple ways to get here. There's a couple of kidnappers that spawn when you open the way to the rest of Cathedral Ward. And that guy in the lower Cathedral Ward area is the first one. The rest spawn after you open the gates. The gates that lead back to the Lantern. So we have gone here at the earliest time we can, and if you have not played Bloodborne and you play Bloodborne, I really recommend you don't do that because this area is tough. This area is tough, especially these dogs. As if you thought dogs in Souls games couldn't get any worse, these ones have a stun-locking combo, in addition to being, like, paired together with other enemy types. Woo! Wow. I tanked that hit, but I also got the parry off. That happens randomly, and it kind of makes you clench a little bit when it happens. Oh, there goes that guy. Just disappearing into the ether. Guess he's had enough of this reality and would like to depart for another one that's not so spooky. It feels like the music got louder when we got outside. It's almost like the music is part of the scenery. I think that's another reason why this area is so creepy, is because, like, the music seems like it's coming from somewhere, you know? Like, it doesn't just seem like it's ambient background music. Because it's chanting. Ugh. And there's all these creepy statues, and the place is just devoid of life except for all the enemies. And I guess the nuns. And these pigs. Ouch! Oh my god! Wow! That's amazing. I would have been really embarrassed if I had died to that. I think my only death so far has been that one to the Bloodstarved Beast. I can definitely see why this place is called the Unseen Village, though, considering it's surrounded on all sides by, like, high walls and tall buildings. I mean, we don't even know where we are, really. Like, there's not a real good vantage point to find out where we are in the city. Although I will say to you, the viewer, that keen-eyed viewers might know where we are right now. If you were paying attention when I looked up a second ago, you would see a building that I actually have looked at already in this Let's Play. For the purposes of not spoiling where we are, I'm not going to tell you where it is, but you can figure out where Yahar'gul is relative to the game world from inside the place. And I think that's pretty cool, even if it's probably not intentional. It's mostly from comparing the buildings to the surrounding ones. Another reason to come here pretty early is because there's a lot of good loot here. Like, there's a lot of twin bloodstone shards and some other goodies that we will be picking up shortly. There's also an elevator shaft, which I guess means we're going to be coming back here later. Lots of that you're going to be seeing pretty soon is, I guess we're going to be coming back here later. It's a very common theme in Bloodborne. Pretty interesting carriages. Surprising lack of horses, though. I don't know, maybe they were pig-drawn carriages. Boy, I really just cannot get enough of shoving my arm in pig assholes in this game. I mean, it's the easiest way to take them out. Why would I decline the opportunity? I really shouldn't incriminate myself like that. I'm really glad that, like, I wasn't saying that when there wasn't much noise going on, because boy, people could really take that line out of context, I think. Oh man, these dogs. Like, it's a good thing I have all these pebbles, because it means that I can aggro them one or two at a time, and not have to fight all 10 million of them at once. One thing I appreciate about Yahar'gul is that they didn't put a lantern in the jail cell room. Like, that's a really tiny little detail, but I really like that they let you walk for a little bit to the lantern. If you die before you get to the lantern, you just respawn in the jail cell. But I think it's really cool that they just like they let you wander for a bit. They give you that sense of uncertainty right from the start. Like, because you don't just say, "Oh man, where am I?" You say, "Oh man, where am I? And how do I leave?" You know? Also, these dogs are really messing me up. I told you, they are not to be messed with. The enemies in this area they're screwed, man. They're just, oh. It's not good. Another good way to deal with the enemies in this area is by using these Molotovs we've been carrying around. Because when you throw a Molotov at a dog enemy, they will fall over to try and, like, put the fire out. But they do enough damage to kill them in one hit here, so definitely worth using. Oh, crap. Ooh, that was close. I'm pretty sure I would have died if that had hit me. But yeah, once they power up, they learn Kung Fu. So, you know, gotta kind of watch out for that. I wish that I had died to them initially by getting hit by their grab attack, because their grab attack is hilarious. I think I actually do get grabbed on it later on in the Let's Play. Okay. Tonitrus. Or Tonitrus, if you'd prefer. I'm gonna call it the Tonitrus because that rolls off the tongue better, I guess. I don't know if we'll be seeing that weapon in this episode, maybe the next one, but I love the Tonitrus. It is a good weapon. Like, man, it's real good. Believe it or not, we're actually just about done with Yahar Ghul. The area is relatively short. It really does seem like there's some kind of ritual going on here, though, right? Like, it's so much like, again, it's so much creepier, even than the other places we've been so far. Because, like, there's all these statues, and all these corpses, and they're all praying, and there's the creepy music, and now there's this door that we can't get past. And it doesn't even say it's locked, it just says it's closed, which means we have to do something elsewhere before it will open. So strange. I love it. I love that they just let you be creeped out. And I think that's one of the things that works in this game's favor, is the whole, like, Souls game, oh, we don't tell you anything about the story, you gotta work it out for yourself, that kind of stuff. I think that really works out in the game's favor. We picked up the Yahar Ghul Black Garb, which is the standard outfit of the inhabitants of Yahar Ghul. Very grim looking. I really like the metal faceplate. It's nice to see some armor that has actual armor on it for once. Whoops. Going the wrong direction. I like that this area is blue. Like this area is like it's got like an eerie blue glow to it that we haven't seen so far. Everything's been like kind of a grayish brown, and then here's Yahar Ghul, which is like a bright yellow contrasting with like a cool blue. Well, alright, I put it off long enough. Let's go this way, why don't we? Oh my god. That was close. Yahar Ghul is a very nice surprise, I think, to people who are expecting, like, you know, just a normal death when they get killed by a kidnapper. And I have a feeling that's why the kidnappers, that's why the kidnappers are so powerful, is because, like, they intend to surprise you with that death. Now, there is, of course, another way to get here, besides being killed by the kidnappers, but this is the only way to get here this early on, which is why I wanted to show this area off, because, because it's really interesting that the game allows you to come here, even though it's a very bad idea, because everything is super powered. I think Bloodborne's general area design is a lot more restrictive than, say, Dark Souls 1 or even Dark Souls 2. Not necessarily 3, because 3 takes after this one's area design in a lot of ways, but it's a lot less open. There is a lot more of a procedural type of design to it. Like, you have to go from Central Yharnam to Cathedral Ward, and then either from Cathedral Ward to Old Yharnam, or by the Chief Emblem. So it means that every character starts off with basically the same progression. And after we get done with Cathedral Ward, it opens up a little bit, but we're getting our first taste of Bloodborne's general game design philosophy, which is you go through the main areas in the same order no matter what, but the optional areas are able to be tackled in a bunch of different ways. So it's time to say goodbye to Oh, it's old Yarnum. Huh. Okay. It's time to say goodbye to Yahar Ghul for now. But I have a bad feeling about the upcoming Definitely Not a Boss arena, so let us bring friends. Summoning in this game is relatively similar to the other Souls games. It consumes 1 insight to summon a partner to your world, and they will hang out with you and pal around for the whole area. But obviously, since we can't get back up that little ledge, Defector Antal is only really useful for the upcoming, shall we say, surprise. Surprise! It's a boss fight. It's a tough boss fight, by the way. Dark Beast Parl is the boss of Yahar Ghul as it stands now, and it is very fast, it does a lot of damage, and it will kill you very, very quickly. Also, it does bolt damage. Let's try that again, with gusto. If you're not prepared, this fight can really rustle your jimmies a little bit, because, like, it comes at you so fast, and it runs around so quickly that you really, like, it really doesn't give you any time to figure out what to do. The way you're supposed to tackle this fight is by hitting it in the limbs, because if you hit it in one of the limbs enough, it will get stunned and lose its electric power. And then you can just kind of wail on it for a while, but good luck getting that close. That said, it is weak to fire, which means that Defector Antal is very useful for this fight, because he's got a flame sprayer, and he's perhaps a bit overeager to use it, I would say. The NPC AI in this game is way, way too aggressive. They will just run in and get messed up. So yeah, you've got the gist of the fight now. It's a very formidable opponent for where you fight it in the game. It will still be here when we come back later, and we will just beat the ever-loving snot out of it. But I wanted to tackle it now as kind of like a challenge. Oh, also it can buff itself. You might notice that it's got like an ominous glow around it now. Yeah, I can do that, because, you know, why not? NPCs, by the way, can heal themselves a couple of times, but like they're not very aggressive with their healing. So like sometimes they'll die before they can heal, and then they will, you know, just kind of keel over and be useless. Just like in the other Souls games, summoning health will make bosses gain more poise and higher health. But for Dark Beast Parl, it's not such a big deal, because it's really easy to stun it anyway. You also can get visceral attacks on it, so that's kind of cool. I like bosses where you can do that. So yeah, Parl is a cool boss. It's a wake-up call, in the sense that it's like, hey, by the way, the bosses in this game are gonna get way tougher. And boy, they sure are. And hey, we got another badge. That's cool. Thanks, Defector Antal. See you in the waking world, my friend. And I'll see you on the next episode, when we leave Yahar Ghul and finally proceed with the main game. Maybe we'll finally get to the cathedral. The Souls games have always specialized in allowing you to explore at your own pace. As I mentioned in this episode, Bloodborne is a bit more linear than the others, but it still carries one of the defining traits of the series: extremely well-hidden content. Granted, it's not that unrealistic to expect the player to die to a kidnapper. They're very formidable enemies and they come at you very early on in the game. However, Yahar Ghul is the start of a recurring theme in Bloodborne, which is that optional content is something you have to seek out. You get a lantern early on in Yahar Ghul, so if you don't want to do it, you can just leave. But if you do stick around, there are lots of useful early game items to be found. Similarly, you can just buy the Hunter Chief emblem and avoid having to go to Old Yarnum altogether. What's important about both examples is that you don't have to do them. Areas like the Great Hollow or the Grave of Saints can be missed as easily as not finding the entrance, and I think it's very cool as a concept. Video game developers don't often put much effort into things the player might not see. It's no industry secret that the reason the ending of any game is rushed compared to the opening is because the majority of players are never going to see it for themselves. Making a good first impression is very important to developers, and that's evident even in Dark Souls. Ask anybody what the worst part of Dark Souls 1 is, and they'll say Lost Izalith, probably followed by Blighttown. But what stands out to me, and is markedly different than most video games, is that they put so much effort into areas that are not so much even hinted at. When we come back to Yahar Ghul later, it will be 100% completely different. We didn't even have to go to Old Yarnum at all. They put so much effort into these areas on good faith that the player will want to go there, will want to see them, that it's truly special. And that's not just my opinion on the matter. Crunch time is a very real threat to video game developers, and the first thing to go when considering what to cut is anything that's optional. The Souls games are unique because of the sheer amount of optional content that feels exactly as fleshed out as the stuff you have to do. And if what I've said already hasn't convinced you, think about this. The Cleric Beast is an optional boss. We could have encountered Gascoigne first.